Hello friends, welcome back. I'm popping on today to do a layout for Shimmerz for April 2022 for the Color Kits team. And let me show you the color kit this month. It is awesome. I have a Colorings and Keep Palm, which is like legit a palm green. It is gorgeous and clearly it's a spray. I have a Shimmerz in Colder Than Ice. Let me show you this color. I usually have them swatched. Oh, it helps if I shake it up. Shimmerz already have the liquid in them, so I need to get it all mixed up. It's this gorgeous blue. I have a Shimmerz in Iced Lavender, which is, you know, an icy lavender. So pretty. So I'm gonna have really good sparkly shine. I have one in Lilac Blossom, which is just a little deeper in color saturation. And then I have an Inklings and It's a Boy, which is this gorgeous, gorgeous blue with this touch of purple is in it. So let me get that activated. All the rest of my goodies are already wet paints. All right, so our cut file is this great floral kind of cut file. I printed it twice. I printed them very large and a little bit smaller because I kind of felt like getting my paint on. So I'm gonna do that for sure. That will be fun. We've got a sequin mix, which is so pretty. It has iridescent goodies and all kinds of little bits and makes me want to maybe shake or pocket a flower or two with them. I think that would be really fun. And then finally, we have these dots. We've got this really cute like scribble flower, love grows here, and a cute little single stem. So really great color kit. I do have a photo in mind. I've got this lovely little froggy that was hanging out with me this past summer when I was doing some exterior painting. It's hanging out in my sedum, just being the most perfect contrast. I'm like, you go you, froggy. So I have that. And I think the collection I'm going to bring in, because the color matches so well, is Paige Evans. So what is it? Is it the Wonders collection? But I was looking at it and I mean, the color match is really nice with all of these orchids and blue, green, all of that. So I'm going to do that. I don't know how much I'm bringing in, but you know, I need something to put all these goodies on. So what I'm going to do first, yes, I have a first, is I think I'm going to get a little piece here of plastic. And yes, I have a painting mat and all that kind of thing, but I'll just do it on this plastic because I have it right here. And it makes me feel like I use something, you know, before I recycle it. I don't know. And I'm going to start painting up my pretty little bits. I have got to find my, yeah, this is from the dollar store. This is what I use to stir my paints. So I have my Lilac Blossom, Colder Than Ice Shimmerz, as well as Iced Lavender. And I need to get them all mixed up so they're ready to party when I am. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get a nice little puddle of the green, all of that kind of stuff. So I have a really easy paint palette to start from. So let me set up. I'll be back after I get going. I thought I would start with my background, and all I did was spray this piece of Basil Marshmallow cardstock, and I sprayed it with water first. And then I went ahead and sprayed it with this gorgeous Keep Palm. And guys, this is one of those little makeup brushes that use as a highlighter, but I don't use it. So I brought it into my scrap room so I can get like nice brush strokes. I do this kind of thing. I know it's weird, but hey, I have it. And if I'm not using it, then what good is that, right? So I have that. Now what I think I want to do, because I want my flowers to be all like bluey and pinky and all, I mean, blue and purple. I think I'm going to go ahead and get just a little bit of blue in here before it really dries. Like just some strips of it. I think it's awesome. Just so it's on there, right? Not sure how it's going to turn out. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is I have to start over. But this is, in effect, giving me some nice stripy paper, which I do dig. All right, that's it for now. I'm gonna put this guy aside to dry, then I'm gonna start working on my flowers. But yes, aren't I fancy? You guys all have one of these laying around. I know you do. Okay, I'm gonna start working on my flowers. Right now, I'm just doing like a really quick color wash. I did 3 in It's a Boy, and now I'm coming in with Lilac Blossom, and I will go ahead and layer up some additional color on top of them, but I want to get some color laid down. So that's all that we're doing here. Now my brush, I'm making sure that it's a little wet as well from my little water cup here. So yeah, and then I'll come over here and do a big one as well. So very simple color washing. Now I'm planning on backing these cut files with some of my pattern paper because I have so much of it. And I think what I want to do, I was looking at these goodies, is I would like to use my flares in 3 of the centers, and the rest I think I'm going to turn into cute little shaker pockets, this very centers. Wouldn't that be cute? And then pattern paper for the rest. So yeah, so just getting color on there. That's all I'm doing right now. So I have my base paint on all of my little bits, and I'm not gonna come in with the green on this. I wanted the green on my background. In case you're wondering, why aren't you using your key palm? You know, I might do some splatter or whatever, but that is, you know, to the side for now. I've got these 4 gorgeous colors, 2 in the lilac kind of shades and 2 in this fab blue. So all I'm gonna do now is kind of go into the different paints and dab on, you know, paint on top of paint, really. And it'll make it more interesting that it's variegated, and there's gonna be purple with the blue and blue with the purple. And then I'm gonna let it dry. And the reason why I'm keeping my cut file right on the mat is because it'll dry a lot flatter. If I took them all off and painted them, I'd be chasing them around on a mat, and I would be, and they would curl all up. Now, sometimes that look is actually fantastic, but yeah, I'm just trying to do things as easy peasy as I can. So I think this will be this blue. It's so pretty. And I'm gonna do splatty bits with it and all that kind of stuff. I love this really light orchid shade, but I will come in with each of these different paints and layer them up a lot. I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like, since I tend to just go for it and have fun. My Shimmerz paint, like backgrounds, I guess, or my Shimmerz paint projects are just like fun, artsy, whatever. I just don't, I don't take it that seriously. I think it is just gorgeous product to play with. It's kind of like arts and crafts. So yeah, it's not fascinating, but this is what I am doing. I think it is awesome. And it's gonna add some nice variegated looks to all my floral pieces. All right, I'm gonna keep playing along. I'll see you in a little bit. So I'm playing on this side over here, and guys, quite frankly, I'm having too much fun. Look at this, isn't this fun and pretty? So I'm starting to layer some of this gorgeous Colder Than Ice on top of the iced lavender, and they look beautiful together. So concentrating in the middle, and then if I have stuff left over on my brush, I'm just dabbing a bit. You're not really seeing it per se, but you are seeing that something is there. So yes, just playing along, thought I'd share this very complicated technique called, you know, smooshing. But it is gonna look so pretty when we're done. Remember, I said I'm gonna have 3 of my flowers are going to have my cute dots in the middle, and the rest I'm gonna have as little shakers. So I'm not really concentrating on putting color in the center because I'm not even using that. So yeah, same thing, just making sure that my color is nice and variegated. Okay, I'm gonna let all this dry. So take a look here at how pretty these turned out. I have the splatty bits going on them that I added when my flowers were almost, not all the way, but almost dry. But They came out variegated and pretty and shiny. And like I said, I have 2 different sizes of flowers, so I think that'll make it a little bit more interesting as well. So I also have my background. I have to decide how I want to approach my background. I'm not quite sure. I think I need to get some pattern paper and mat my project on that. So I have pattern paper on the outside as well as on the inside. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time popping my cute little flowers out and gussying up the centers with little tiny baby shaker pockets, all that kind of stuff. The only problem is I don't know which ones yet I want to have the dot on them, my dots. Probably the big ones. That would make sense. Okay, I'm going to keep popping these out and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I did go ahead and use this Paige Evans paper from Wonders, and it's number 13. This one right here, you guys might recognize it a little bit by the bigger swatch. So I have my page matted with it, although it's still doing the bendies, you know, the whole mixed media thing. And I've chosen 5 of the florals to use with it. So I think that's fun. I still have all of these, but it might be overkill, not sure. We're gonna just see how it goes. Now, I want him to nestle, I've decided Froggy's a boy, to nestle in with those bits because I want him to be facing this way. And we can do something like that, just depending on where, ooh, I like that one. Remember, I have dots to put on my bits. I've got pattern paper to put behind my flowers, all of that. I just want to get somewhere. So I'm liking this. I think I'm going to go with 5 flowers. If I want to add more, I have more. I have them for later if I want to. I'll just keep it with my my Wonders collection. So what I'm going to do now is back my florals with this paper pad because I haven't even used it much. I've used it, but not enough. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get my little bits out here, and the florals that I do not use dots on, I'm going to turn into little shaker pockets with my sequins. Little cute shaker pockets. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. So I have my flowers all filled in. I chose to have a little layer of dimensional adhesive between my layers so that I have shadow on all of my little flowers, so they're not fully tacked down. And then my small ones, I have cute little shaker pockets for the centers. And once again, I did the same thing where everything's just kind of floating on that center part. Okay, so now, everybody, I have to figure out how I want to place this. I have to look through the rest of my Wonders collection supplies to flesh out the rest of the layout because I have all of this on. I've used everything. Awesome. So yeah, at this point, I just want to kind of play with it and see what makes, I don't know, does it have to make sense? To see what works for me. There you go. That's a way to put it. Oh, that's cute. But I also want to separate out colors as much as I can. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Okay, and I have my little froggy. No, my little froggy is kind of looking down a bit. So let's have Froggy stick out right there. And I'm thinking that's the ticket. So I'm going to go ahead and use some liquid adhesive, get my florals down. Then I can work on my title and like other little embellishment goodies that may be in this collection. I haven't even looked at the other stuff that I have because I got all excited about doing the mixed media part. So I'm going to do that and get a little bit more of a game plan and be right back. So now I'm super excited with the background, can totally leave that, and I can get my cute little flowers tacked down. Okay, I'll be right back. So I went into my embellishments and I found these butterflies that I had already detail cut out of one of the papers. So that's kind of awesome. Like past me knew to take care of future me. So I think I'm gonna just go ahead and pop some over here and some, I don't know. My title will be Curious Things. I found that on the Happy Day Puppy stickers, and that seemed pretty darn applicable. So maybe, no, I want a little bit more contrast right here. And I like this green one. It's a lovely color match. So we'll get this green up in here too. which brings out Mr. Froggy a little bit, as well as our keep palm. Now I have these other little buggies too. I've got this, I don't know if it's a bumblebee or not. If so, it is super chunky. Got this guy. I thought I'd put these on, and I also like these little dots that are between the words. I thought that might be fun to fill in some space. I'm gonna go like that. Not really sure what else I want on this side. I'm just kind of working on it as I go. Now this little guy, maybe this should come off, come up here. Now this goes all the way to the end, and I'm feeling like maybe I need like a little clustery thing over here. Let me see, I did have this, and I was looking at it, and I was thinking maybe I could make another shaker with this and do a bit more of a little cluster right down here. Why don't I work on that? Because I've got this big old space that needs to be addressed. So I could do that here. I think I'm gonna shorten this up to make it just a little smaller, this frame piece, and I'm gonna have to maybe round it a little bit too, but that's okay. We can do all those things. Not a big deal. And then maybe I can use this up there and like with a tab punch so that, you know, we see that same pattern in a couple of places. So my point is, I am continuing to work on this fun project using some older stash. I have seen the new Paige Evans collection, so I figure I better get some of this used up because I want it. It is fab. Okay, I'm gonna make another little shaker right here. And so I can use some more of my gorgeous sequins and make sure that these things are, my little alphas are tacked down nicely. And I'll be back in a minute. Okie dokie. So I went ahead and created another shaker pocket and put a little die cut over it just because I saw it and I liked it. I did talk about wanting to turn this little guy into a tab. I'm just looking for my tab punch, which I think is actually put away in the drawer that it belongs in, if you can imagine such things. Where is it? All right, so if I ever find my tab punch, I want to tab it because, you know, I'll have pattern with pattern, all that kind of good stuff. And I like this. That's gonna go up there to give me a little something cute. And then I think I'm gonna get some of these little dots sprinkled around. And I'm not quite sure if I have anything else to do with this one or not. I'll be back shortly. So I'm finished with this, but I'm gonna come in with white splatty bits with, what do I have? Some golden titanium white to brighten up some different little areas. And I'm just gonna use the packaging that's right here. Add a little bit of water to it and splat away. So to recap, so this was our cut file. We had our dots that I used here, and we had, let's see, keep palm, inklings, and it's a boy. I have Shimmerz paints. I have 3 of them. I have a lilac blossom. I've got iced lavender and colder than ice. So when y'all go ahead and place your next order, be sure to put my name in the comments to score yourself a little freebie. Maybe get something that you haven't tried before, all that kind of stuff. So is there anything else to tell you? I don't think so. So I'm going to go ahead and get some splatty bits going on this. Bring a little bit, ooh, I better cover up my poor little froggy. Get some lightness popped on all of this deep saturation, and I will have still shots in just a moment. I'll also have the website where you can order your Shimmerz products and the Facebook group as well as the blog. Okay, any questions? Pop them on down below. Bye for now, friends. Oh, still shots in a second.